Hello, everybody. This is my first vlog, and I'm Amanda. I have decided to take my personal life and start ministering through scriptures because God has taught me so much that I believe that I could reach many of you in the way that I've interpreted a lot of the Bible scriptures that are pretty popular, like God giveth and God taketh, to be exact. I have written it down over here. It's Job 121. Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I will depart. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised. That, and also when a lot of people say, God will not give you more than you can handle, that is so true, but people are not understanding what that really means. People think, oh, okay, this person's going through so much in their life that's negative, like bad medical reports like I've gotten. So they're like, well, you'll make it, you'll be fine because God ain't going to put more on you than you can handle. Well, that's not really what that means to me, at least. Everybody has their own opinion, but I believe that this will make sense to y'all, or most of y'all. But what that means is going to like run parallel with the God giveth and God taketh. God will give us anything we want as his children, with Jesus Christ as our Lord and Savior that lives inside of us. He wants us to know through understanding that it is his plan, not ours ultimately. But if we show God that we are worthy of whatever it is we want in life by preparing for it ahead of time, then he will give it to us. A lot of people don't really relate to these type of like examples I'm about to tell y'all until I say it probably. But like, say there's a married couple and they're legally separated, but they're trying to make it work, or they're going to end up divorced ultimately. So they're living in separate places, and here comes Friday around the corner, and then the woman has her friends come over, and the man has his boys come over, and they want to go out. Well, when they go out, say they find somebody at the bar that they start giving attention to, and exchange phone numbers, or even go home with, because they get the feeling, yeah, I'm single since I'm separated. Well, no. When you ask in prayer that you want to get back together and you want to make it work, then you can't go against what you ask God to help you with by showing attention to other people. Yeah, the husband or the wife might not know it, but guess who does know it? God does. And that's why you have to show God ahead of time by just going ahead and saying, hey, no, sorry, I'm taken, if you do decide to go out. And like teenagers, some people were blessed, as teenagers, to have their parents or grandparents buy them a car. Some people had to work hard for it. I guarantee you those that worked hard for it took care of their vehicle compared to the kids that their parents or their grandparents bought them one. If you trash your vehicle, you are showing God you are not worthy of another vehicle, or even having that vehicle you have, because you're not taking care of it. Like, if you don't change the oil, guess what happens? The motor blows up. But guess whose fault it is not? Don't get mad at God because of your own stupidity. It's not his fault, because all he's doing is just stepping back because you want to be, selfish, and, not wait on him to, or show him. It's not waiting on him. In that case, you're not showing him that you're worthy, that you're taking your ride for granted. And then you have people that also end up depressed, and so they let the feeling of depression keep them in bed and not want to get up. And guess what's going to happen? That person's going to die like that if they don't get up. God, the reason why that is in that situation on depression is because we're not handicapped just because of our feelings. And a lot of people let that happen to them. And that's showing God we're taking our hands, our legs for granted. Like, even as something as simple as washing dishes that a lot of women don't like doing, but that is actually a blessing in disguise. And I mean, you have your hands to where there might be somebody in a car wreck or somebody in the military that might have lost their hands or somebody not born with them. So when there's people out there praying or wishing they had hands, that's something you're taking for granted that others need or want. And till you show God that you are mentally ready, and if you fell rock bottom like me, He will throw some tests out there like no tomorrow just to make sure you are mentally capable of handling temptation along the way. And it's like I want a house and a new car for me and my children after losing everything. So therefore, I have to run my household inside somebody else's house, as if I already have my own home. I have to, get up and wash and dry clothes, fold them. I have to feed my kids, bathe them, make sure they do homework. Well, the one that does go to school. Clean up every day, make sure toys are picked up. Show God that I am worthy of a home with my children. Cook meals every day for them. Just do the things that you know that will please God and show Him you're ready. But like a vehicle situation again, say you got a beat up car and you want a new vehicle. If you take care of that vehicle, God will open doors because He'll see that you're worthy of appreciating what you do have. And that's where the God giveth and God taketh relates to me. He's going to give you more, but if you start taking it for granted and say when the person from the beat up car gets the new car and they slack off some because it's new and they decide not to properly take care of it like they used to the old car, because the old car needs tender love and care. But God can take that new vehicle away because you're taking it for granted. But ultimately, it's us that takes from ourselves in the end, because God does not want to hurt us. He just wants to help us and make us be happy. And less we show Him that we are capable of having more, and that's why God gives us only so much that we can handle. By that I mean, if you look around at rock bottom and you're like, where do I even start? I don't know where to start. If you look, there is a place to start. Like when I didn't have a vehicle when I came to my family's house, God made it possible for me to have an online job. And so at first, that was not into the picture. And I was like, oh my God, how would I get to work? What am I going to do? How am I going to get money to buy a car if I can't work? And then God opened up the door because I showed Him, and throughout everything else I was doing what I could with what I had. And He gave me a little bit more. He'll give what you can handle. And that to me is what that means. We can agree to disagree, as we're all different, and that's fine. But I just think that the world today, society is so off track, and it's sad. And you just got to know that God gives us free will, and it's not that hard to do the right thing all the time. Yeah, I mean, you gotta step back and look at the overall picture when there's something stressful, a stressful environment, and know that is the enemy trying to take your happiness or joy, and you can't let that happen. You just have to cope and think. Thinking is going to get you far if you always think first, because what might be a good idea at the moment may have consequences later that is not so good, and that can have a lot of precautions. Freedom and time is, of course, the two precious gifts from God, as well as his Son, Jesus Christ, that died on the cross. And we have to know that we can accept Jesus into our life, but we have to know how to receive him. And by receive him, you would take them steps that I was talking about and let him be your strong, welcome him into your heart to hold you down and make you strong enough to do the things that you have feelings that are making you feel like you can't do it. Because Jesus will help you get there. And we can have anything we want. It's just up to us to show God we want that. And a lot of us settle for just so much less in life than we deserve. And that's what's wrong with couples today, because they're not willing to wait on God's timing, or they're not willing to wait to show God that they're worthy. Instead, they want to just keep going about their business. And that confuses God. And he just says, okay, well, I'll let you destruct yourself. You said you want this, but you're showing me, hey, this might work for you because you're happy around this person. Well, this might work for you. So I guess anybody will work for you. So let me just sit back. Not me no more. I'm not like that. I used to be, and once God taught me that wisdom, I cannot go back on it. It's stuck with me, and it's hard. I mean, it is hard, but I want to be a woman of God. I have 3 small children that depend on me ever since their father went to cardiac arrest, and he was a vegetable for almost 9 months, and he is just very bad, messed up mentally, because he died 28 minutes, and then he was brought back through CPR, and then placed on life support. I myself have had blood clots that's nearly killed me, internal bleeding when I gave birth to my kids, hypothermia shock coded out when I gave birth to my son. My second daughter, because I had her 2 months premature, because of my blood clots in my lungs and my uterus, she had ended up with severe asthma and also a heart defect. And she was in PICU 7 times by the time she was 3 years old. And I'm blessed that it's been over a year since she's had to stay in PICU again, and her medicine finally started working out for her. Now that she's kind of gotten older, she's almost 4. And my son, my new son, or the only son I have 2 girls and 1 boy, and he turns 2 in September, and I just found out that they think he had a stroke in my belly when I was pregnant with him. And so I have been hit over and over since 2013, every year. Because 2013 was my blood clots in my lungs, and then 2014 is when I had blood clots again, and I gave birth, and internal bleeding. And then 2015 is when my daughter started going into PICU. And then 2016 is when my fiance of all 3 of my kids ended up in a medical-induced coma after cardiac arrest. And then my daughter in PICU again. Then my mom had a stroke. Then I gave birth to my son and coded out with the hypothermia shock. And then there was 2017 where I ended up in a coma myself, and I had a really bad downfall where, after losing my house and my car and everything, I was lost, and I ended up turning to drugs, and I was using methamphetamine for a whole year straight. And after I ate bad drugs that was given to me, I decided to turn my life around because it nearly killed me. And I just know that my kids deserve more. I deserve more. And I'm ready to grow, and I'm ready to help people ultimately, because if I can help even just one person, it will make everything that I've been through worth it to me. So, like and subscribe, and I look forward to helping you all and grow y'all's faith. And if you have any questions, just comment below and let me know. Thank you. Y'all have a blessed day.